landing. Nice to have you here today. We're here for chair yoga. I'm so glad to have you. I have my cheat sheets today. We're going to work on the 8 silken movements today. We've done those once before. I just thought it would be kind of fun to do them again. And I am not a Qui-Gon or a Tai Chi teacher, so I might not do everything exactly right or say all the exact words, but the stretching is kind of similar and it's the same. So I'm going to put that away for just right now. We're going to start with just a simple stretch seated in the chair. Let's sit up nice and tall. Take a look at your posture. Make sure that your knees and ankles are in line and we're sitting up nice and tall. Good. And nice and tall would mean that our hips, shoulders, and ears are all in line with each other. Let's just take a minute and practice that top part. So we're going to take our chin and we're going to stick it out like a turtle looking for food. And then we're going to stick that chin back in. Good. Stick that chin out. And bring it back in. And stick it out. And back in. Good. One more time. Now keep it in there. Feel how those ears are right over those shoulders, and it might even feel like a stretch because a lot of us tend to, even I do, tend to be slightly forward. So just hold it right there just for a minute. Let's close our eyes, holding this perfect posture, and let's breathe. Nice big deep breaths all the way into the belly. In yoga, we breathe through the nose, inhaling and exhaling because it's more focused. So we inhale through the nose and we exhale through the nose. It's a hard thing to get used to because we're used to exhaling through the mouth, most of us. Relaxing through that body. Take that inventory. See what hurts. Relax it. Talk to it. Focus on it. Clearing your mind of any thoughts, any worries. Let them go. Alright, now that we're nice and relaxed, let's open those eyes up. Let's just roll those shoulders ever so slightly. Maybe it's more of a shrug. Just rolling just that little bit. Just kind of waking everything back up. Good. Now let's take those hands and we're going to slide them up and down your legs and add to that a little curl in the spine. Good. Just a nice organic movement. Good. Everything just kind of flows one thing to the next. Good. One more. And then let's go back to those little shoulder shrugs and shoulder rolls. Let's start making them bigger. So bigger rolls, open them up. If you have that arm in your chair, be careful. Bring those arms out to the sides. Good. All right, now let's bring it more to an elbow roll. So roll through the elbows, going backwards, stretching through the chest. Now, let's bring those hands into it. Can you roll your wrists and roll your elbows and roll your shoulders? Oh, that's a tough one. Switch the roll, go the other way. Keep those elbows moving, keep those shoulders shrugging. Last one. All right, let's bring it right here. Let's kick those feet out. Getting ready to stand up off the chair. Now, most of these silken movements you could do seated in the chair. So if you don't want to stand today, that's fine. You can just go right along and do what you can. I'm not going to be able to show you a lot of the modifications because I'll be standing, but you'll see it's very simple movement and you could do it seated in the chair without any problem at all. All right, now let's march those feet out. Let's plant those feet and go ahead and come on up. And for you, if watching, if you want to sit or stand behind your chair, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to actually move my chair slightly, and I am going to have my cheat notes there because this isn't something I normally do, but I'm going to stand here. So we're going to bring our hands up. Good, taking a breath, we're bringing all that energy in. Good, we're going to lift them up, clasp those hands together, lift up. and a little bit on your toes. This is the first of the movements. We're just going to do a few of each one. So we bring it down, little bend, good, inhale, lift, exhale, reach up on those toes. Good, bring it down. It's kind of a flowy movement, little bend, inhale, lift, reach. Let's do 2 more. So we come down, inhale. Big breath there, exhale, up on those toes, and 1 more time. Good, inhale, exhale, lift. Good, and the thing we do between each movement is we take our energy and we bring everything, we go, we kind of smooth it out. That's kind of a fun thing to do. All right, so sorry, this next one is called the drawing of the bow. So we're going to bring our hands right here, and they call it riding the horse. So we're going to get on the horse right here. Good, and those hands are right here, and we're going to even maybe take a little step and we're going to draw a bow. It's a little softness in your knees, a little bend in the knees. Good, and then we come back to the center. Good, a little step if you want to, but you don't have to do it. Good. All right, and here we go, a little step. We could keep the legs wide and never step if we wanted to, so we could be here just with a lean. Good, open it up. Good, let's do a couple more on each side. Pull, stretch this one, really stretch it. Get that bow and arrow ready. Good, 1 more on this side. Oh, that big stretch. You know, let's do 1 more on each side of these. So let's hold a big stretch. Good, inhale, exhale. Good, and then we come right back to the center and we quiet and calm. Good, so the next one is just 1 arm up and 1 arm down. So we start right here in the center and we add 1 arm up, 1 arm down, pushing with the palms each way. Good, and then we kind of clock around, bring it in, and push it down. Good, softness in those knees, so don't lock out those knees. Good, we bring it in, and we push. Good, and bring it in, and we push. What happened with that music? I have no idea, but guess what? It's going off. That was rap yoga music. That's not quiet and calm, is it? All right, bring it in and stretch. Good, 1 more each side. So bring it in, stretch. Oops, we're supposed to circle it out. So circle it out here, bring it in, and stretch. Good, all right, then we bring it all the way in. Let's walk it in. So this next one is kind of easy. Again, we're kind of getting on that horse, and we're bringing our hands right to our sides, and we're going to open and just turn. And bring it back to the center. Palms come in. Inhale. Palms go out, and we turn. Stretching through the chest, stretching through that body. Good, and bring it back in. Good. Open, turn. Bring it in. Now, let's do that again, and we're going to open and turn. But when we bring it in, let's bring it in with a little knee bend. Good, and then open and turn. So we get a little bit of movement through the lower body. Good, bring it in with that little knee bend, and open and turn. Good, and that little knee bend. 1 more time on each side. I really feel these in the belly. You feel them in the belly, that nice stretch? Good, we got to do that other side, open and turn. Good, then everything comes right to the center. And we breathe. Good, nice big deep breaths there. Okay, so this next one is a little bit more involved. So we're getting back on that horse. And we're going to bring those legs out wider. It's a big horse. Good, so we're nice and big here. So a lot of us have bending issues. So I don't want you to bend too far. So if anything hurts, just do what's comfortable for you. So I'm going to show you how the movement should look, and you modify for you. So we bend down, we bring our shoulder to the side, we come all the way as far forward as we can, we come all the way up with a lean and then we go the other direction. So you modify for you, add that lean, and then we come back. Good. So we come up, lean over, come back around. Good. So it's a big bend in the leg. Good. So we're keeping the spine nice and straight. Good. And if you can't go that low, just do what you can. Or maybe you skip this one. Maybe this is just one that you watch. Good. Kind of a harder one of the series, I think. All right, and we keep rolling. One more each side. Stick that bottom back, keep that spine straight. Last time around. Good. All right, step it in. Breath, and we just clear it out. Good. All right. This one I really like, actually. They call it, well, it's hard for me to tell you what they call it because I don't know the name, but it's they say that it helps clear your kidneys. So let's see if we can clear our kidneys with this. So hands start right in the back with your kidneys. And we're going to bend our knees as we slide our hands down. Slide your hands down all the way down the back of your legs, pushing, using force. You're pushing into those legs. And then a nice bend in the knee. I'm even anchoring on the thigh here. Then my hands come to the front. I'm going to pull up from the front and open and a back bend. Good. All right, let's do that a few times. See how that feels. So we push from the kidney. We push down through that leg push. We're really pushing into the legs, bending those knees. It's almost a forward fold here, right? So do what you can. If you can't fold, don't do it. We inhale, push. And then we go big and we stretch. Good. Here we go again. So push from the kidney, push it down, all the way down. Bend that knee. Good. And it goes good. If you have to stop here, stop here. That's okay. Good. Do what you can. Push from the front. Let it come all the way up. Big reach. One last one. Here it is. Pushing from that kidney. Oh, push it all the way down. Bend those knees. Get that good movement in there. Pushing through those legs. Pushing through the front. Coming all the way up. Good. And that big stretch. And then we just release it all. Good, and we let it go. Isn't that a fun one? That was kind of a fun one. I like that one. All right. So this one's kind of a funny one. It's called punching with angry eyes. So we start on the horse, and our arms are right here tucked in. Palms are up, and we have that fist. And it says in here you can make angry faces if you want. Good. So we punch forward and pull it back, and you can make an angry face. Oh. Good. We can add a little turn with it. Add a little turn and a punch. Now make that a forceful movement. Good. So that you really mean it. Good. Ugh. Good. Softness in those knees. A little bend in the knee. Good. Good. So I'm smiling. I'm supposed to make an angry face. Good. My kids know my angry faces. They know right away. They're like, Mom, stop. There we go. Punch it. Oh, good. Make it count. A couple more. Soft knees. Oh, one more on each side. Good. And then let's clear it out. All right. So only one more, and then we're going to move on to some traditional yoga. This one, it says that by raising the heels, you keep away all illnesses. Now, some of us can't do the last part of this movement, but I will show you what it is, and then we'll go from there. So we are going to do a little bit of a forward fold here. So if you don't like that, you can always turn and use your chair and forward fold just to here onto your chair. Okay, so for those of us that can, we're going to inhale and lift. Good, and we're just going to bend the body right here. We're going to forward fold. Good, we're going to inhale, lift it all the way up, hands come up, and then we come up and we go boom, boom. Good, pretty simple, right? So exhale, come down, inhale, lift up, good, up, down, down, good. Here we go. And inhale and lift, good, reach, down, down. Couple more. We're getting the full body movement today, aren't we? Lift it up, up we go, boom, boom. One more time, big movement. Good, and up we come. Good, and boom, and boom. Good, very good. So that was the 8 silken movements, or the 8 brocades. It's a Qui-Gon series, so I'm gonna set that aside. And let's do just a little bit of traditional yoga using our chair here. So I'm going to turn my chair so you can see me, but I want you standing behind your chair. Good. And we're just going to take one step back. We're just going to do a simple yoga warrior series. Hands are on the chair if you need to. We can inhale, lift one arm up or both. Good. So here we are in that warrior one. Stand proud. Push your heel back onto the floor. Good. I have to switch sides, sorry. Just realized I'm on the wrong side. And we're going to pivot. So here we are in Warrior 2. So you're turning your back foot, bringing that instep towards that heel. There, you got it. Good. Arms are out. Good. Beautiful. Now let's take that. We're going to bring it right to the top of our chair, leaning on that chair, lean it over, pushing that back foot into the floor so you really feel that stretch. Good. See, we've been doing a flowing movement. Let's flow this a little bit. So we're going to come back for a reverse warrior, and then we're going to come back for that forward warrior here. Good. And we're just going to rock it. We're working those side muscles. There's a nice flow. So you rock it back and forth. A little pause at each stop there, each end, that little bit. And last one right here. All right, bring those arms back to that warrior 2. We're going to pivot, so we're now facing the chair, warrior 1. Take a little step forward. We're going to put most of your weight in the front foot, and we're going to swing those arms back. We're going to lift that back heel for warrior 3. Right, good for me, right? You do what you can. Hold that chair if you need to. Keep the toe on the floor. We still are building strength in that front leg. And then let's step it down. I'm going to turn my chair. We're going to do the other side. So the other leg goes back. Good. Standing up nice and tall. Good. All right, a little bend in the front knee. Inhale up one arm. We can hold with the other if we need to. If we need to hold that chair. If you don't need to hold the chair, we're coming to that warrior 1. We're stretching up tall, pushing the heel into the floor. Let's hold it here and breathe. Now let's pivot that foot. So we just open the hips to the side, arms come out to the side. Good, good, nice tall posture. Take a breath here. Good, now we're gonna bring that hand to the chair, reach it up, and come on over with that big stretch. We're gonna hold this first one. Keep pushing that outside foot, keep the back foot, push it in, feel that side stretch. Good, if you did mat yoga with me today, this is just more of what we did earlier, right, with that big side stretching. And then inhale, let's come up. And rock it back. And now we're going to make it a flow. So we're going to rock it forward. And rock it back. Good, and forward. And back. Let's hold this next one to the front. Hold it to the front because that feels good today. Hold it there, relax right there, take a breath. Good, bring it back to that warrior 2 and pivot back to the front. Arms come up, we can take that step in. Good, now shift your weight to the front. So the front leg has all your weight. We're gonna lift that back leg right here. It doesn't even have to be high. The toe could be on the floor, you choose. Holding here, breathing. Nice big deep breaths. Good, take that step back, and then we're done with that warrior series. So let's do one back stretch here. So we're going to hold on to that chair, take that step back for our down dog in the chair. We're using the chair, bringing your ears right between your arms. Feet are right below your hips. We're stretching back, feeling that nice stretch in those hips. It's not my necklace it's hitting, it's the thing. Sorry about that. Stretching right here, keeping those ears right between those arms. Imagine I brought my strap and pulling through your hip. Good, pulling that hip out and slightly up. Happy dogs, happy dog tails. One more breath here. And then let's bring it all the way up. And let's have a seat back in that chair. Okay, there's a lot of standing movements today, wasn't it? Okay, so let's go ahead and just sit back in that chair. We're going to bring one of our legs right up here, just holding it to where you're comfortable. Take a breath. Now, if your leg can't go up that high, then we're just going to bring it right here, wherever you can. It doesn't have to come up real high. Good. And breathe. Nice big deep breaths. Now release it down just a little bit, and we're going to take the inside hand, put it on the top of your ankle, the outside hand on the outside of the knee, and even if you're way down here, that's okay. We're just going to pull it up to the side just a little bit. So for those of us that are way up here, we could even envision that we're going to stick it into our armpit. Well, we're really not doing that, but it's the motion, that direction that you're going. So we're really stretching into that hip just that little bit. Make sure we're breathing. For some reason I feel a little short of breath here, so just let's all take a big breath. Good, yeah, that was helpful. That's what I needed. Now if you can, let's take that leg and we're going to cross it here. If you can't cross it there, try bringing it down a little bit with the foot extended a little bit. Now let's sit up nice and tall. Good, flex your foot, and we're all going, ow, right? Because we're stretching right into that hip. Let's rock it just a little bit forward and back. And if you are here at the ankle, if you're crossed here at the ankle, it's open and it's active. So we're not just sitting like this, right? We're sitting open and active right here. Good, so whatever works for you the best is fine. Good. All right, let's hold this one forward. Hold it forward as though you're gonna lay your chest right on that leg. Good, breathing, nice big breaths. All right, now let's sit back. We're going to pick that leg up. I'm going to go under this time. I'm going to pull it up like I'm going to hold a baby. Good. One of the ugliest babies I've ever seen, right? There we go. So we're holding it right here, really getting a stretch into that piriformis, that sciatic nerve. This is a sciatic nerve stretch right here. Those of you that have sciatic, and not everybody can bring their leg up here. That's okay. You do what you can. All right, now let's bring it right back to the center. Let's just kick it out a couple of times, loosen it up. And we have to do that whole thing on the other side. See if I can remember it. All right, so here we go. We're going to bring it up. You hold it where you're comfortable. Holding, pushing that chest forward a little bit so that you're sitting tall. Breathing. Nice big deep breaths. And this class is going so fast today. They all seem to. And then let's take that knee. We're going to turn it slightly to the edge. I'm taking my opposite hand over the top, holding from the outside. And I'm going to pull that knee in a little bit. Even if I'm down here, it's okay. I'm just trying to open that leg to the side just that little bit. Good. Trying to get that hip a little oiled, a little more flexible for you. Good. Sometimes that'll take away some pain as well. And breathe. Good. Let's take that leg, for those of us that can, we're going to cross it over, or we're going to cross at the ankle. That's perfectly fine. And sit up nice and tall. Good, and we could be here too. This kind of, for those of you that are kind of there but kind of not, you could actually extend that leg and that helps as well. So flexing that top foot, we're going to rock right here. Flex that foot up on the top. It makes that stretch a little deeper. Keep your chest leading so that your ears and your shoulders are in line with each other. Good. Nice big deep breaths. And last one, hold it forward, hold it forward. See how that feels. Okay, and let's come all the way back. Let's lift that foot up. I'm going to grab from underneath. We're going to hold it right here like it's a baby. We can rock it a little bit. We're stretching into that side muscle and that piriformis area. Good. And then let's go ahead and put that foot right back on the ground. Let's sit up nice and tall. We're gonna curl here in the spine and just hold it right there. Feel that nice stretch there. Turn on some music for our final relaxation. I don't think that'll be too loud. Good, now let's just do a little cat and cow. So we're gonna open that spine up, look up. Take a little time every day to look up. It's good for your neck to do that as long as you don't have any impingements there. Good, and then curl. That's another one of those movements that we lose. So let's just do a little back and forth with a cat and cow here. So it's a movement we lose if we don't look up. We eventually lose the ability to look up. So just little looks here and there is good. Lift and lower. You never know what you're going to see sometimes when you look up. There we go. All right. Last one right here. Let's bring that spine to that neutral spine, sitting up nice and tall. Let's bring one ear over to the side. And relaxing. Take a breath. Bring that head up. Let's do the other side. Rock it over, stretching. Relax your shoulders. Don't let those shoulders come up. Soften through that shoulder. Good. And bring that head all the way up. Simple neck stretch right here with the turn of the head. Just turning your head side to side. And before we all get dizzy, let's bring that head back and just nod it. Nod your head up and down. And let's hold this last one down. Hold it down. Now sit up nice and tall. I realized I was a little bit forward, so pull your shoulders back, but the chin stays down. Let's breathe right into the back of your neck here. One more breath right into the back of your neck. Good. Let's bring that head up. We're going to scoot back in that chair. Let's bring those hands up. We have just a little bit of time to roll through that wrist. Good. Keeping all those muscles flexible in the wrists as well. This is good for carpal tunnel as well. So we're going to close those hands a little bit. Almost like we're directing the orchestra here. All right, and then let's go a little up and down, open and close those hands. Good. And then let's just hold them out and wiggle. All right, let's bring those hands right to those thighs, relax into your chair. Let's take this last minute with our eyes closed to breathe, nice big deep breaths, relaxing into the body. Softening through the spine. Take that inventory again. Did those muscles that were sore, did we loosen them up just that little bit? This would be a great time to turn the TV off and continue meditation for another 4 or 5 minutes if you'd like to really get a great benefit from meditation. For those of you that have to just move on with your day, let's go ahead and open up our eyes, take a big deep breath. Bringing those hands up, bringing them right to prayer, bringing those prayer hands down to your heart and your head to your hands. Thank you so much for joining me in yoga today. I hope that you are stretched and energized and ready for whatever the day brings. Namaste.